Marcus Ericsson leads the way. In the illustrious history of Chip Ganassi Racing, they have come up short here. In 19 previous races, the team has only won once, and that was thanks to the legend Dario Franchitti way back in 2011. Can Marcus Ericsson, the Indy 500 winner of a year ago, guide Chip's team to victory here in Florida?
He got his first NTT IndyCar Series win on the streets of Detroit. He backed it up later that year, 2021, with a victory in the streets in Nashville. Of course, he is your 2022 Indy 500 champion, but now looking to take his fourth series win on the streets again, this time in St. Pete.
And on a chaotic day by the water with the boats in view, it's been a steady hand on the tiller for Ericsson. Captain-like performance.
Well, he drove like we have never seen him drive to win the Indianapolis 500 last May. And now Marcus Ericsson in the Husky Chocolate Honda is a winner again, but this time on the streets of St. Petersburg. Delivers Chip Ganassi the first victory of a new season in the most eventful race.
Yes! Good job. Great job. Thank you. Thank you.
They almost hit. They almost hit the front two.
You want to talk about crowding? That was the case in point. Pato O'Ward getting right up beside the number 2 of Joseph Newgarden. Not trying to give him an inch more than he needs. Trying to force that lift right now. Both drivers flat out. The spotters are working overtime right now, Townsend.
And these are two very clean race drivers. Make it 3 as Alex Palou wants to mix it up once again, but O'Ward hanging high, but he's using up those tires up on the slipperier surface. Looks like Grosjean crashed.
Romain Grosjean out for the second race in a row in the closing phases.
And Joseph Newgarden is leading as the yellow comes out with 2 to go. They're coming to get the white. Guys, that might be the day.
That will be the day. Final lap in the PPG 375 as the PPG car of Joseph Newgarden crosses the line and woes up.
Checkered flag is out. The PPG 375 at Texas Motor Speedway is won by Joseph Newgarden in the PPG Chevrolet for Team Penske. And he's going to see the white flag with a clear track ahead. What a great feeling for Kyle Kirkwood.
Finisher, bud.
1 to go. Get to the finish, bud. You got less than 2 miles, Kyle Kirkwood, before you're an IndyCar race winner.
And to
Hard as you want, hard as you want.
To get your first one here, he's been told he can go as hard as he wants. This is essentially one of the majors of open wheel racing, the Grand Prix of Long Beach. This will mean so much to this young driver, Alexander Rossi, it looks like, down in the tires.
That's terrible for Rossi, who was having a really good race.
That's down in turn 9, I believe. That's very unfortunate. He was running comfortably in the top 10.
He was in the top 10, and that was going to bode well for his points haul as well in the NTT Data Arrow McLaren Chevy. What a shame. Last time up the back straight for Kyle Kirkwood. One of the most celebrated Road to Indy drivers because of his phenomenal winning record. He had to answer a lot of uncomfortable questions last year in his rookie year. It didn't pan out the way that he had hoped, but the famous Andretti name with a young American behind the wheel, Kyle Kirkwood, is your latest IndyCar race winner. He wins the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Let's go, Ron! Yeah! Oh my gosh, thank you so much, guys. Amazing job, amazing job.
Scott McLaughlin begins the final 2.3 miles with a comfortable lead. He got his first IndyCar Series win last year on the streets of St. Petersburg. Followed it up with 2 road course victories at Mid-Ohio and at Portland. So this will be his 4th career win and 4th different circuit.
Grosjean doing a perfect job to just maximize the radius, keep that mid-corner flow up, and just kind of glide his way through the corners, watching his mirror the whole time. At this point, it would take a small miracle for power to close that gap.
Scott McLaughlin was going for the win at St. Petersburg, and it didn't happen with that late race collision. with Romain Grosjean. At Texas, he finished 6th. A top 10 at Long Beach. Not quite ideal. Today, the picture of speed and consistency. New Zealand motorsport fans will celebrate because their man here is bringing it home. Scott McLaughlin wins at Barber Motorsports Park and makes it 4 different winners. 4 different winners to start this year. Yeah, but think about what he told us at dinner last night when you said to him, hey, your consistency's been great. You've had the best, worst result. He said, yeah, that's one thing, man, but you've got to go win.
Yeah, he corrected me right away. He's not thinking about minimizing bad days. It's all about this right here. One more lap to go at Indianapolis at the front. This guy told us when he showed up on the scene as a rookie, I am a warrior. He's proven it today.
Alex Palou has finished runner-up in the Indianapolis 500. He finished runner-up to Helio Castro-Neves back in 2021 when Helio won his 4th. It was a great result, but it kind of irked Alex Palou because he felt as though he could have won the greatest spectacle in racing. However, what a way to start the month of May, because not only is he going to get his 5th career victory, all on road courses. He's never won on this road course, as Marty mentioned, but he is going to elevate himself to the leader of the NTT IndyCar Series Championship points going in to his Indy 500 campaign and do it with authority. Look at that, 15 seconds out in front. The 26-year-old Spaniard, quietly spoken, but as soon as that helmet goes on, he goes to work in the most emphatic way. And look at this. Alex Palou comes onto the front straight here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Alex Palou wins the GMR Grand Prix at Indy for Chip Ganassi Racing in the American Legion Honda. They are coming to the green, and it's going to be a 2.5-mile sprint. Does Santino Ferrucci have something for AJ Foyt? McLaren's Alexander Rossi, Chip Ganassi Racing's Alex Palou, Scott Dixon. Who has got the magic here at the Brickyard? What about the fans? 300,000 plus in the stands today have seen it all. Green flag flies at the Speedway. Palou is on the inside of Rossi, but Ericsson has bolted. Ericsson sprints away from Joseph Newgarden and is doing what he did a year ago.
The 2nd year in a row we see him unleashing the dragon as we see almost contact between Palou and Ferrucci. Ericsson leads out a 1.
Ferrucci threw a shoulder at Alex Palou and said, don't you dare. Ferrucci trying to get a draft off Newgarden and Ericsson, but Newgarden with a monster run off turn 2.
Joseph Newgarden has never won the Indianapolis 500, and he's ahead on this last lap. Joseph Newgarden, is this the moment when the pain ends? The drought, is it over for Joseph Newgarden, or does Marcus Ericsson have something? Team Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden finally wins the Indianapolis 500. It's the captain's 19th win, Newgarden's first.
Thank you so much for the work.
Look at this, the teammates
Again?
Oh, this might be a relationship changer for these guys. Rossi in the wall, Dixon pounces. Rossi's got the inside.
Rosenquist gave Rossi a big old concrete slapper with his right rear, and now Rossi loses another spot to Dixon.
It's the exact same move we saw Rosenquist pull on Rossi earlier in the race, just leaning on him on the brake zone into 3. Rossi lucky to not bend something with that contact.
But with 2 laps to go, there's no teammates. There are no expectations other than getting yourself to the best position as the white flag comes out.
1 to go, less than 1.7 miles. What a run this has been from Alex Palou. He was one of the standouts in the field in the Indianapolis 500 a week ago, led the majority of laps in the opening stanza. Pit lane incident, fought his way back to an unbelievable top 5 finish. Got his first street course pole here yesterday. He came to Detroit as the championship leader, and he is going to extend his lead. This has been impressive from the Spaniard.
He's like a surgeon, so precise, so methodical with every step. Never a hair out of place in terms of his driving. and it has paid off today.
This was meant to be a Chevrolet party in the shadows of the General Motors Rencent, which is high above where we are now. It's going to be a Honda driver who spoils the party. Racing back on the streets of Detroit, and it's Alex Palou who wins the Chevrolet Grand Prix of Detroit. 4 miles to go for the American Legion Honda of Alex Palou.
There's Newgarden, O'Ward, and Dixon just seems to be pressing pretty hard now. Does Dixon make a move?
He used a lot of that push to pass just then up the front straight, and he's going to have a shot at Pato O'Ward down turn 5. This is 3. Get ready for the big downhill run.
Seems like Dixon's just struggling to get close enough through those medium speed corners. This looks like another good run, James.
These tires are long in their life. Both drivers are going to be all over the push to pass button.
O'Ward's still pretty conservative on that, so they've got plenty in the bank, but they're running out of points on the track to capitalize on it.
They probably can't just drain it all because they're still needing a little bit of saving as we see the number 11 Marcus Armstrong off in the carousel.
And that's about where Dixon and O'Ward are approaching as they finish this lap. After this corner, they're entering the carousel. It looks like Armstrong was just getting going again. There comes Palou. Oh boy, Armstrong's not in a great spot right there. Whoa! Right at the entrance of the kink with his teammate in the lead. That was close.
That's going to be talked about in the Monday morning meeting, no doubt.
You bet.
But Palou got away with it.
Well, you see on this car, with the American Legion, it says, be the one. Be the one to ask, are you okay? It's to help veteran suicide prevention. Well, to use those very words, Alex Palou is the one. He is the one in this 2023 IndyCar season. He is the one here at Road America. And Alex Palou wins again. Back-to-back races. He wins the Soncio Grand Prix.
Taken back to the head of this field again. I've been watching the gap between Palou and Dixon start to fall down. I was impressed with how much he had broken out from Scott Dixon, a 6-time winner here. And then I thought, oh, it's because he's caught some traffic. Who has he caught?
Last lap.
He has caught Connor Daly, who was nose to tail with Ryan Hunter-Reay in the car that he was driving only 2 races ago.
He would definitely like to get ahead of that 20. You saw the white flag. There's just 2.25 miles to go for Alex Palou. Meanwhile, outside the top 10, the gloves are still off. There has been some hard racing. Rinus VeeKay.
This might be enough for VeeKay if he doesn't get pushed wide, but no, he does. DeFrancesco, pretty clever, taking away the option for Rinus VeeKay. Meanwhile, Kirkwood ready to pounce.
And don't forget, Callum Ilott right behind Kirkwood
What a
goes by
move.
now into 9. Brave move there. Kirkwood had some sort of issue, I think.
So Alex Palou is guiding the American Legion Honda home. It's going to give Chip Ganassi Racing its 12th victory here at Mid-Ohio. That ties Team Penske for the most of any racing organization here. It gives Alex his 4th win on the season. More importantly, 3 in a row. Hello, Palou. Alex does it again. Extends his championship lead and wins here at Mid-Ohio.
3 in a row. Let's go. Woo!
Here he comes, past Toronto FC's headquarters, through past the pits.
I mean, look at the hands. Steady, determined. It knows exactly the feel of this racetrack now after 85 laps.
1 more to go, and Christian.
Oh, Will Powers in pit lane along with Marcus Ericsson.
What's happened? Maybe contact between the two.
No power was no fuel, and others are trying to coast to the finish, including Herta. They didn't quite make it.
Oh.
Is Lundgaard going to make it?
Oh boy, final lap, less than 1.8 miles.
Does Alex Palou still win this? If Christian Lundgaard runs out of fuel, I don't think they would let him pull out a 10-second gap if he didn't have this under control.
But for Power and Ericsson, that is a shocking surprise. Something went horribly wrong on projections.
Think about this big picture-wise. Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan. Bobby Rahal, the racing legend. Mike Lanigan, the business guru. And David Letterman, one of the most famous entertainers in all of television over the years. It's an eclectic trio that own this team, but boy, have they shown that they've got some resolve and determination at the hands of a 21-year-old driving the Vivid Honda. Christian Lundgaard here in Toronto is an IndyCar race winner. and brings this trio
Many more to
back.
come.
There's his best mate, Victor. He'd never been to an IndyCar race before, and he sees his best friend win. The championship leader extends, and Colton Herta gets his first podium of the year. Storming comeback by Dixon, and Newgarden top fives, but it's all about Christian Lundgaard. He said he was just chilling before. He's going to manage this. And when he comes out of turn 4 this time, he'll see the white flag in front of a big crowd. 7/8 of a mile to go. Until Joseph Newgarden gets win number 5 here at Iowa Speedway. He was filthy after qualifying. He was so frustrated, he was angry, and that anger is going to dissipate now. He is the king of corn country. Iowa Speedway sees Joseph Newgarden win again. That's win number 5, and he is dominating the oval competition this 2023 season. They're coming to the white flag. 1 to go, less than a mile. McLaughlin is just dropping like a stone.
But remember, these cars are still a lap down. He is still in 5th as the last car on the lead lap. At the top of your screen, it's Joseph Newgarden out front.
Stand up and pay respects to this man, the king of corn country. Joseph Newgarden wins the weekend, does the double in Iowa. 1 to go, 2.1 miles. Can Kyle Kirkwood do it?
McLaughlin appears to be closing. He's responded to that pressure from Palou. He's got his head down. He does not want to finish second 2 years in a row. Now Newgarden seems to be finding some pace further back, closing a bit on Palou.
That distance between first and second was as much as 2.5 seconds after the restart. It's down to less than a second. Here comes Scotty Mack. This is not over yet. Palou hanging in there. Back-to-back podiums in as many races. The second race at Iowa, and here in Nashville, that's going to help sustain an 80-plus point championship lead.
Last time over the bridge out of 8, Kyle Kirkwood up through the gears. Just really one, call it 3 corners to go, 3 left-handers. You got to nail the brake zone, hit your apex, and if you're Scott McLaughlin, you're thinking, no, not 2 years in a row.
Well, the first 2 races here in the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix have been won by Chip Ganassi Racing. It's going to be a different team winning this year. Andretti Autosport out the front, Andretti Autosport in control. McLaughlin saying this is history repeating, I can't believe it, because he's looking at the back of Kyle Kirkwood, who wins in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville hot chicken dinner, buddy. Good job.
Kirkwood.
This is the key overtaking point.
White flag, let's keep the pressure on him. Make him earn this one.
Make him earn this one, they say to Graham Rahal. However, and to Scott Dixon, can he sustain the pressure, or has Rahal got something special over there in turn 7? That midfield straight into the left-hander and the key overtaking point.
Big long radius corner here, turn 4. It really challenges all 4 Firestones, but Dixon still with the gap through the chicane. They come down to turn 7. Rahal still not close enough for a lunge.
It was a year ago at Nashville where Scott Dixon separated himself from Mario Andretti to move into 2nd overall all time on the wins list. Now look at this. Graham Rahal says, I'm not sure if I'm going to let you win in a 19th season. I want this win, but it's not going to come easy. Dixon into turn 12. Rahal is throwing everything at it, but the overtaking opportunities have run out. What a comeback from Scott Dixon after spinning on the opening lap, and in 19 consecutive seasons, Scott Dixon is going to be a winner again. Spin to win, Dixon has done it in Indy. Spinning on the opening lap to seeing the yard of bricks first. Nothing is too big for Scott Dixon in the IndyCar Series.
And if you're Graham Rahal, you just have to throw up your hands. He did everything right today. He beat his teammate. He beat Arrow McLaren. And this is going to be frustrating.
Scott Dixon has done it in every way imaginable. Straight up pace, strategy, fuel saving, daring racecraft. Today, there's a little bit of everything. but it's one of those that perfectly sums up Scott Dixon. You look up and he's in front, and the race is turned upside down. 2 weeks ago, the question was whether Dixon could extend his record-extending seasons with a win, and he's going to win back-to-back. Scott Dixon has done it again. Dixon wins at Worldwide Technology Raceway and keeps his championship hopes for number 7 still alive.
And wait for it. Wait for it. Keep watching your screen here, guys. Second place has not yet crossed the line. 22 seconds.
What a ride.
And not only does this lock in Palou as the champion if he holds on for this final lap, but so too will Scott Dixon lock in second with this run ahead of Joseph Newgarden.
You know, when he first came into this team, he did more listening than talking. Sponged, listened to the legends around him. He galvanized his team by doing just little things like turning up at the race shop on a Monday or a Tuesday morning with several boxes of donuts for his guys and gals on the team. Listened to them, spent time with them, learned about the team from the inside, learn about the car, learn about the culture of IndyCar, learn about moving from Spain to Indianapolis, Indiana. And here he is, Alex Palou, for the second time in 3 years, is an NTT IndyCar Series champion. Hello, Palou, a champion again.
Let's go, boys. Oh my God. Let's go, thank you.
The 43-year-old New Zealander in the PNC Bank Honda. He was furious earlier in this race when he was penalized for an accident right here. Collision between himself and Rinus VeeKay and Colton Herta. He didn't feel as though he deserved it. Wife Emma watches on as he is about to do it again.
And Diff, we said coming into this weekend, you have to qualify up front to win at Laguna Seca. Scott Dixon didn't. He started 11th.
And guess what? For everything Scott Dixon has achieved, he's never won at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. He has now. Dixon finishes off the season with another victory. That's 3 for 23. And the mad rush is on here. Christian Lundgaard gets by Alexander Rossi and is trying to get by Callum Ilott. McLaughlin has crossed the line for second, Palou third, and this is the mad scramble to the line here as Callum Ilott comes home in the top 5 behind Will Power. But at the front, he may not have got his 7th championship, but he got the last laugh of the 2023 season.